Are you financially successful but spiritually broke? Have you accomplished everything that you ever put your mind to and more, and still you're not happy and feeling joy in your life? And asking yourself, is this it? Have you come to the end of yourself and realized that what you thought was success and what you thought was the perfect life really isn't bringing you joy and happiness? Well, I can tell you this is exactly what happened to me. At one point in my life, I was making over $700,000 a year, which to me seemed completely impossible at one point in my life. I grew up with very humble beginnings, and I remember at 18 years old thinking, if I could just make $100,000 a year, I will be set for life and I'll never have to work again. But when I made $100,000, then I had to make more, and I had to make more, and I bought more stuff, and I went on more trips in pursuit of happiness. And no matter how many trips I went on, and no matter how much money I made, and no matter what I had and what I owned and how big my house was, I still wasn't happy. And at that point in my life, although on the outside my life was seemingly perfect, on the inside I was dying. I had literally come to the end of myself. I was going through a divorce. I had cancer. I was completely overwhelmed, and I didn't know where to turn, and I didn't know where to go for answers. On one side of me, there was all the financial and business experts that would tell me how to make more money, and I knew that I could make more money if that's what I wanted, but that's not really what I wanted. I knew that wasn't the answer. And on the other side, there was people telling me to meditate and find inner peace and go be calm and go walk. And I said, well, that's not the answer either. And I pursued a spiritual path and realized there were so many people on that path that weren't really living the life I wanted to live either. And so I found myself completely lost, not knowing where to turn for answers, and not really able to find someone that was going through what I was going through that could say, listen, I had completely achieved everything I wanted to financially, and I was successful by everyone's method, but inside I was dying, and spiritually I was completely broke, and I didn't know what to do. And so it started a path for me to figure out what it was for me to be able to have joy and meaning and fulfillment and happiness in my life and be spiritually connected to God or your higher self or the universe, whatever it is, and live from that place, but also be financially successful. And for me, financial success isn't about having more money than the next person, but it is about having freedom, having comfort, having the ability to give to others and do things for other people, and really not have to worry about it. But I also realized it didn't give me happiness either. And so I had to really find out what it was for myself that was meaningful and fulfilling. And I had to walk down a path of really understanding that money didn't bring me happiness, but it also doesn't make you miserable. And it's not a bad thing if it comes from the right place. So I had to find out how to live a life truly connected in a spiritual way to my higher self and to God, and living from a place of finding the answers within and slowing down. And as the Tao says, the work is not necessarily the work. I had to realize that 12 hours a day in an office or working is not the real work, that the real work is an inner job, an inner process, and the real work is staying connected and aligned. And it was an incredible experience for me. The ups, the downs, the highs, and the absolute, complete, and total lows, figuring out how I could be financially successful and spiritually successful, and really being spiritually wealthy and having wealth and abundance from a spiritual level is really what has brought me the greatest joy. So I hope this was helpful for you. Have a great day.